I don't know about you, but I'm feeling a little light. Welcome everyone to the new this next episode. Don't read too much into that.
Wait a minute.
I'm talking about how many people are here right now. We're just a little light.
What do you mean by that?
Yeah. Well, I weighed myself recently. And welcome everyone to the latest episode of Insert Title here. I am your host, Drunken Emerald Arrow. And we, for the first time tonight, are over on Rumble as well. And we are up and running and we are going well. So we are going to be adding this. And the thing to look out to is that we are going to be doing all the good show titles are already taken over on Rumble for obvious reasons, because we're going to probably do a little bit more political things that we can actually talk about that we can't get away with on YouTube. So it'll be a little less censored. It's
gonna be a bloodbath, son.
And we'll talk about why you shouldn't drink too many energy drinks with Darnell Quigley. Speaking of which, Darnell, how are you doing this evening?
Good, since I stopped drinking energy drinks.
You know what? Fuck you guys. I'm doing this to be here with you. Leave me alone.
Who taught you how to do that, Nate? You all right? I learned it by watching you.
And if eggs weren't so damn expensive, we would do this is your brain on drugs. But at that much, the cost of eggs is just too expensive. You can't even do that anymore. No, granted, it is about the price of a dime bag now, one case of eggs.
Speaking of that, did you see this picture floating around of this? It's a Democrat. She's pointing at a picture of eggs. They're $8.99 a carton for a dozen. But and she's all like, "Oh, look, don't you regret voting for them now?" But if you look further down the strip with the price of the regular eggs is down to $4 something.
Oh yeah,
it's one of the organic expensive eggs. Stupid.
Yeah, don't let them lie to you, man. Things are already going down. Like gas up here by my place, it was like $3.08 like a week ago, and now it's down to like $2.89. I'm just saying.
And our other panelist this evening is a Full Metal Nate. How are you doing this evening?
I'm doing good, man. Just happy to be here. I'm here for some spiritual healing and just here to hang out with some friends.
So what's the energy drink of the evening?
So I can stay awake and tolerate you guys.
Well, that's not the reason for it. I'm not asking for the reason. I'm just asking what's the flavor.
God, what a dick.
Maybe I am talking.
Peanuts?
No, it's blue raz. It's blue raz. Blue raz.
Very nice.
I don't know why. I don't know why I thought I heard something else. Maybe this.
You don't drink a Celsius?
Drink a what?
Celsius.
Oh.
The kids call it Celsius because they don't know what Celsius means, I guess.
Oh, what is that in inches? I mean, Celsius is like metric. I mean, it's just metric.
What is that in Bald Eagles per Big Mac?
Really? Seven, baby.
And our special guest this evening is B.S. Warren. How are you doing this evening?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Thank you. I gave you rough news about a Komodo dragon at the zoo earlier, but I am feeling good. I am feeling good.
What happened with the Komodo
dragon?
Thank
you for having me on. I appreciate it.
Yeah, tonight. Of course, Darnell has to do that. I mean, what a dick. Anyway, so tonight is a free-for-all. We're just going to chat about whatever comes to mind. We do have some topics. I know Darnell has something that he kind of brought up as something to kind of talk about, and we can talk about that as well. This is just, it's a no effort issue today for the show, mainly because it's not so much that I don't have the effort and couldn't think of anything. Still recovering from getting over the pneumonia and then just work and everything. It's just one of those. And I'm like, let's have a little fun. Let's just hang out. No real topics. Anyone can bring anything to the table. Anything is welcome. Just kind of stay away from the topics that is anything that's overly been talked about. That if it's been, I like topics that are kind of on the fringe in the sense that people aren't really talking about it, but it's pretty big news.
Yeah,
that's the fun topics because everyone keeps talking about the exact same things. You can go stream to stream, you can go all of these, and everyone keeps talking about the same things. So I start looking for topics or or things to talk about that are kind of outside important, sure, but no one's really talking about it. And we've had that before. Everyone. So when people are zigging, I decide to zag a little bit. So, but speaking of which, Darnell.
Yes, sir.
What is your interesting little thing that you want to bring up this evening?
Well, so I've been watching a lot of political news lately.
Uh-oh.
You know, trying to keep up with all the Doge stuff, because you're hearing all kinds of shit. Right now, the mainstream media and the Democrats are losing their absolute minds because they're saying that Elon Musk is giving control of the Treasury computers and unauthorized access to children. Now, two things on that. One, these are the same children Democrats have been saying can make life-changing decisions, like what sex they want to be. They want to lower the voting age to 16, but 19 is too young to be doing what they're doing. And the other thing is, right, the other thing is,
Okay.
they're all ignoring the fact that Doge discovered that China, the country, has access to every terminal in the Treasury Department. Not talking about that. I think only Fox talks about that.
Yeah,
Is that via security clearance or is that via electronics?
I'm not sure. I don't know. All it said was that they discovered that China has access to every terminal in the building.
They just don't want these children to have access to it unless they're Democratic children.
Because it's going to find out they had their hands in the cookie jar.
No, the
Well,
Democratic children are all getting groped at a Diddy party. So.
Oh no!
Well, it's the whole point too. What's happening with the USAID? I mean, more and more evidence is coming out of what was going on with USAID, and it's pretty sinister stuff that we were doing, that department was doing across the country, and what was involved with what they were doing in country. Now, I can't remember. I think it was either Black Conservative Perspective or it was Liberal Hive Mind that brought up that USAID was involved in a media group, which was the source for the first impeachment of Donald Trump.
I think Liberal Hive Mind had something to do with that.
Yeah, I think it was Liberal Hive Mind.
Yep.
And it that in itself, it's like, okay, so now we have our own taxpayer dollars using to politically attack a sitting president.
Yep. They also, USAID also was financing Politico.
Yep.
Politico
yeah.
is shutting down because USAID was shut down to them.
No, they were saying it was just a coincidence, but the day after the funding was pulled, the employees didn't get paid. Now they were saying it was just a glitch, but I mean, we fixed the glitch.
Yeah, because they were like, "Oh shit, we gotta move all the money around so that we can afford to pay people." That's what happened there.
Oh, joining us is
and of
a wild iron oxide. Sorry,
hey, you're fine. No, don't worry. I was just
gotta
gonna say the
gotta catch them all, boys.
Damn, what was
a wild iron has entered the panel.
I am wild indeed.
Oh,
yeah, they disguise all that money as transactions.
Yeah.
Well, oh yeah. I mean, just to hear some of the listing of some of the things that taxpayer dollars are going to fund across the world.
A $20 million fucking Sesame Street for Afghanistan. Afghanistan?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Iraq.
$20 million.
Yeah.
Iraq, $20 fucking million. Oh, wait. Even better. Zelensky said, out of the 170 million you guys sent me, we only received 70. 100 is unaccounted for.
So where the fuck
Never
Sounds like he's just covering his own ass at this point.
Yeah, it sounds like the big guy already got his 10%. So
Yeah.
I think we got more than 10%.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
I mean, we all knew that war with Ukraine was just a big big money laundering scheme anyway.
yeah.
No, I don't think the war is a money laundering scheme, but I think they saw it as hey, we can launder the fuck out of money with this. I have
Oh
no
no, it
doubt.
absolutely was, Darnell. And let me tell you what, because it didn't happen before. Everything was put into place for it to happen during this last administration.
Wait, it happened when Trump was in office, didn't it?
No, it happened after he
no,
left.
it got squashed. There was nothing happening the whole time.
I think we all wish we could get that 10%.
military-industrial complex pretty much grinded to a fucking halt. And Biden had to do everything he could to get it going. That's why I'm using quote fingers. I'm not on camera tonight. Sorry. The botched Afghanistan withdrawal wasn't botched at all. It was 100% fucking intentional, including leaving all of the weapons and equipment.
By the way, the hundreds, probably thousands of combat dogs, German shepherds, Taliban shot and killed them.
Oh my God.
All of them.
I'm so convinced we just need to steamroll that part of the world and call it a day.
Yeah, no, and I was actually
something really needs to be done, Nate.
Yeah.
I mean, I think sugarcoating it, it's been about 1,000 fucking years of this nonsense.
Yeah,
something really has to.
When is enough, right?
Nah, I mean, I understand the perspective of the people that are like, look, I don't, we shouldn't be involved in needless wars, America first, all that. That I understand, but when you jump to let them sort their shit out, I'm 26 years old. There's never been a day in my life, aside from the times when Trump was in office, when the Middle East was not on fire.
Yeah.
It's pretty clear by now. I mean, I'll again, I respect the opinion of, America first, but it's pretty clear by now that they can't sort their shit out on their own.
Nope.
No, and there's an ideology to blame there, and it's not racist to blame an ideology.
Yeah.
So the whole, I don't want to get your channel in trouble, but certain phobias and all this.
Oh,
Yeah.
Are you an ideologist?
Yes.
Are you against ideologies? What the heck is wrong with you?
All ideology.
I mean, it's not racist or anything
It's
to
like-
point out the fact from their own mouths. They've said this from their own mouths. We are fighting a religious war.
Yeah, it's a
They've all
holy
said
war.
that.
That's what jihad means.
Yeah.
I had this couple back when I worked at GameStop, regular customers. They were the coolest fucking people. They were both, he was Iraqi and I think she was Pakistani, but they were formerly from that mindset. They escaped and they would just lay it out for you. Like, no, there's no such thing as a moderate, just ones that are too lazy to go and blow themselves up for their cause. Or too comfortable, but they all sympathize for it. He said, and I mean, they were like, if we can't go back and we have no interest in going back and seeing our families, because if either one of our families ever found us, they would try to kill us.
Well, who would?
They were everything that the spicy stuff you just said, they said 100% worse.
Yeah.
I was going to say,
they're from the South, Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi. Families want to kill them to see them again.
No, they were Iraq, dude. They were.
I
think.
I know.
Okay.
I know.
All right. I was just making sure you're with staying in the class here.
Go on.
No.
Well, let's be honest here. Who wouldn't blow themselves up for 72 virgins? I'm just kidding.
Yeah, except for they're all male.
Yeah, anyone that
It's all goats, man. It's all goats.
They're all MSK.
They're all in
It's like that episode of, was it South Park, where the jihadist gets there and it's a bunch of like guys playing like Magic the Gathering, some computer. They're like, oh, no, you lied to me.
Not what I wanted.
Uh-oh.
Oh, and coming in is Tiny. How you doing, Tiny?
Hey, everybody.
Hi.
Hello.
I made it.
Hello. Welcome.
So we're talking about the virgins when we get to heaven, and how it's going to be all D&D and Magic the Gathering nerds. So yeah. So
It's a possibility. I just always assumed it was goats.
That's what Darnell said.
Goats can be taught to play D&D.
Wait, what?
Goats can be taught to play D&D. I'm sure.
They probably actually could,
Yeah.
technically.
Yeah,
Well, hey, we
USAID
already-
we-
blew millions
we-
of dollars
we-
probably studying
Don't
that.
tempt me to buy a goat and have a good time.
Whoa.
whoa,
As
whoa,
we
whoa.
learned-
To play D&D, obviously.
JDA has entered the chat.
Well, as we learned from the biographical TV show about a town in Colorado, South Park, I mean, roosters can play magic. So, who's not to say that D&D cannot be played by
Yep.
goats?
Goats can't play they could probably play Curse of Strahd. They could come fight the Dreadlord of Barovia.
I need to make a video of this, you arguing with them about no, you rolled just arguing the rules of
Don't
something,
Yeah.
just putting a screaming goat, just
Headbutting the camera, starts headbutting it.
Yeah, Iron. Don't eat your character sheets.
Hey, I don't have any control. You seem to think that I am Roland. Roland has his own thing going. I can't help it if Roland's a little bit of a dick.
Next
He
episode,
doesn't really like any of you.
next episode, I'm gonna lure Roland into a scenario where he has to roll dice with a goat, and the goat's gonna beat him unconditionally. just so I can see his
That'd be
Roland's
funny.
reaction.
They've actually started using goats in California to eat the brush, finally.
Wow. Oh.
So
Is it
Why?
true?
Because all the lawnmowers exploded.
I was gonna say.
Sorry, you like triggered some in my brain. Is it true that the federal government's going to step in and what's the word when you take the land from people?
Oh,
Eminent
eminent domain.
No, yeah, no, but like, hey, it's supposedly all the burned land the government's going to take, like they're going to take control of. Supposedly.
I've heard some people say that. I heard some people say that the government's going to try to
State.
take control so that they can build a whole bunch where there were big single family homes or big mansions. They're going to try to build multi-family and
That
like
was Mayor Bass.
Yeah,
she
that
wanted
was-
to
that
get,
was
private contracts out to build
so
equitable, environmentally friendly, housing, all the buzzwords that really just mean 15-minute homes. And what they would have to do is basically
15-minute cities,
condemn the
yeah.
property owners' land and give them a fraction of what it's worth.
Well, it's
This
a little bit like
happened,
Maui.
uh,
Most of the people in Maui
Yep.
had been approached to sell their land, and they said no.
Yep.
And then suddenly the fire burned everybody out, and now they're told that they won't get the
Mhm.
land back. There
No,
was
it's
one
going
woman
to
she
the
went
right
back
now.
into there
Right,
was one
because
woman she
now
went back into a burning house to get all the paperwork that talked about the water rights to make sure
Mhm.
that they wouldn't be able to do that to her and her family. It's just
Yeah, and you-
crazy.
well, they're in Hawaii. I mean, it's just rude of those people that lived and had that land and it was theirs and they owned it to deny it to The Rock and Oprah. I mean, that's just
Well,
mean.
I mean, Oprah couldn't spare any of her private firefighters or allow any of the displaced refugees to have some part of her 80,000 acre land.
That woman is a blasphemer against
She
my
is
God,
evil.
and she will burn.
She is evil.
But she gives
is.
free cars.
Like when people like when people talk about the Antichrist, I'm convinced he looks like one of two people. It's either Gavin Newsom or fucking Oprah.
Newsom Newsom is oily, but he's not actually good enough to be the Antichrist. Oprah might. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But Newsom,
No
Oh,
one's gonna.
and did you
No
hear-
one's gonna change my opinion that I still think Taylor Swift is the Antichrist.
I could believe that.
That's the third
Um,
option.
Did you hear who's actually putting in her paperwork and starting to get ready to become governor of California once Newsom's finally out?
Kamala Harris.
Karen.
Yes.
Kamala Harris.
Oh,
Really?
I'm 100% above. I mean, for that campaign.
Dude, if she gets voted in, like that whole, well, I'm sorry for people who live there. You need to get out before that whole state just magically falls into the ocean. Just-
Yeah.
Oh, I might be inclined to go. You want to know what? On second thought, Canada, you can have California.
Tiny, you and everybody who wants to leave needs to perform a mass exodus like Moses in the Hebrews and just fucking leave.
I mean,
Mark-
I
Move
can-
to
Well,
Texas.
if Texas will just fucking approve goddamn medical marijuana, I'd be gone.
Louisiana does. Louisiana has it. Louisiana
Yeah, but
has it.
that but do you want to know what? Texas has dry heat. Louisiana is nothing but a swamp.
Fuck off.
Yeah, my mom. Mom hates humidity, or we would have tried Texas already.
Oh well, you wouldn't survive. You wouldn't survive in North Carolina then. That's nothing.
Well,
like
I mean, we
humidity
had
over
that.
here.
We got some really, really intense humidity in the summers in New York. It's just something Mom hates. It doesn't bother me. I was in India right before the freaking rainy season. I'm good.
Well, we don't have that kind of humidity where it's so humid that you feel like you can't breathe. It just the problem with the weather here is it just fluctuates way too much. Like one day it'll be really cold, and then the next day it'll be so nice outside to the point where it's just driving your sinuses crazy from just the bipolar weather that's going on.
Texas is like that too.
Look, with the exception of the week of the blizzard here, I've had my air conditioning on every day in the house.
Today's
how hot it is here.
Today is the first day where I've turned my air conditioning unit to cool instead of heat because it's just been so warm outside. I'm like, okay, I'm getting a little too toasty in here.
We don't get winters here. Winter decided they want to come here anymore.
I'm worried about next week because Monday we're supposed to be like -4. So
Really?
Dude,
it's coming for y'all, Nate.
tomorrow
It's coming for y'all, dude.
You make
Another
it sound like
blizzard's coming.
you make it sound like Michael Myers, dude. Why do you guys say it like that? It's coming for you, Nate.
It is. It's heading right towards you. It's sneaking.
Coming for you like an Iraqi for a goat.
Oh my god.
Well, I mean, like when I was in Texas, there was one day, I think it was February, and it was like 80-something degrees, blue skies, not a cloud in the sky. Had a great time. Drove around to do some errands and stuff. Parked my car, went back to the core dorms, and then at 1:00 in the morning, I was woken up by one of the loudest storms I've ever heard in my life, and had to run out to my car because there were giant hailstones piling up on the seats because I left the fucking sunroof open.
Oh no!
80 degrees to hailstones in less than a day.
Oh, watch out, Nate! Right behind you. The weather's coming for you. It's coming out of your bathroom. It's coming out of your bathroom.
Why do we want to talk about my bathroom? There's nothing special about my bathroom.
I like the purple curtain, by the way.
The purple curtain.
It looks like you got a purple curtain behind you.
No, it's the neon sign. It's just reflecting off the glass.
Got it. It really looked like you had like a curtain.
I have thought about maybe getting some art to decorate that shower door just so it looks a little more festive and not just like a shower door.
What would be fun is to get like a porta potty door just right there.
Yes.
Just get an outhouse door and replace the glass one with it.
Yeah, make sure you have the moon and it's wood slats. Oh yeah. Go all out on that.
Looks like Shrek's porta potty from the beginning of the first movie.
Hey, yeah, if you're doing movie reviews and everything else, it fits the aesthetic.
That's how I used to start every review. I just slam the door of the porta potty wide open like Shrek does.
Walk out of there with no pants on.
I'm in the middle of pulling my pants up and just walk to the chair.
No underwear.
No, that would get me demonetized.
That would have to take place behind a paywall. So,
oh, shit.
Only nerds.
Only.
Oh.
That was a good.
It's got to be a website already. Anyway, it's just like all the show titles. All the good ones are already taken. You all know what the websites and all the good ideas are already taken when it comes to websites. I got to start hunting for that $1 million idea.
Ooh.
Of course, that's going to be only worth about $50.
I got a great website name I'm never letting go of. Intelitits.
Oh, that is good. Hold on to that.
Topless IT.
Okay.
Topless IT.
I swear she's got 2 great opinions. And
oh,
I mean, it's very.
Wow.
Oh, come on. That's not that bad. My goodness.
No, I was laughing.
I know you're laughing. It's Nate's response. It's like, oh,
I was muted, but I can assure you I was not laughing.
We're not playing Strahd. Get out of rolling mode. Laugh, you bastard.
So, real quick, I want to go back to something that was said. We didn't talk about this. Like Scorpio, he's referring to, is it the FBI? They spent how many millions on K-Cups last year?
Oh, yeah.
This is what it broke down to. All the coffee they ordered. That's how much, 5,400 per day per person. 95 is a normal cup of coffee. So either the money was not spent on coffee or it was bought and sent somewhere else.
Ain't no damn way that shit was spent on coffee.
No way.
Keep in mind the Hoover building has been empty for like 3 fucking years.
Oh,
since
yeah.
the
Oh,
pandemic.
and also, even if they had actually spent that much on coffee K-cups, where the fuck is Greenpeace? Because that's a lot of fucking trash they're making.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you're right.
When the liberals do something horrific to the environment, you don't hear shit. And that hypocrisy makes me so angry. I can't even fucking see straight. Like the fact that the Greenpeace or one of the other eco groups wasn't all over what happened in East Palestine, that they haven't been all over the other train derailments that happened under Biden, that they didn't give 2 shits about what happened when they blew up the fucking Nordic pipeline and dumped all that gas in the oceans.
Well, it didn't push the liberal narrative. So I mean, it's not a story.
That's when you know that they're bullshit.
Yes.
If you truly believed in the environment, if you truly worried about that shit, you would show up for these other things. And when you don't, that makes me believe you're a hypocrite. And therefore, I'm not going to believe any of the other shit you say, even if it's true. You've now fucked yourself.
Well, we see it all the time. Well, we see it all the time.
You played yourself.
You see it all. Well, no, you see it all the time. All of these people that go to the conferences and stuff like that are flying on their private planes.
Yeah, they don't even carpool. Like they could literally carpool their private jets. They could fly like a third of them.
You know, I have always found it funny that people like Taylor Swift will do nothing but preach about the environment and then ride around a private plane that just pollutes the air even more. She'll
fly her plane for a 15-minute flight so she doesn't have to drive for an hour.
Yep.
That's insane.
Oh, by the way, has Greta Thunberg been arrested again?
Or
detained?
I think she is desperately trying to stay relevant.
Yeah,
wait a minute.
She'll probably raise hell about
how
Donald
dare
Trump
you?
or something.
Wait a minute.
I was just checking in.
Isn't this the bitch who's part of that Just Stop Oil bullshit?
Yeah,
I don't think she's part of Just Stop Oil.
Eventually, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Eventually, she's been involved in that and she's been arrested around that. But it's like a matter of time. She'll be part of that group that actually tries to glue their hands to the asphalt. At this point, it's just like cut it off at the wrist. I mean, if they want to be this stupid.
I'm telling you right now, to any future parents out there that name your kid Greta, shame on you, because they're going to grow up to look just like that. Like that is a curse. Don't name your kid Greta.
That's not how genetics work, dude.
What was it in Guatemala? There was that one older guy in Guatemala with the Stop Oil protesters. There was that one older guy. He like emptied a clip into him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
there's that picture of him with the shell popping out his gun.
Dude, I watched a video today where there was another one of those protesters like on the road just standing there, and this guy in this fucking 14-wheeler just ran her ass over, no hesitation. And the guy who was filming it just starts running. It like the camera, it's doing that shaky cam thing, but but someone had paused the video just in time to like get the face of the guy who's driving the truck, and he was giving the thumbs up as he was driving away.
My favorite one of those was the idiots who tried to stop Burning Man, which by the way is not just obnoxious in that they did it, but half those people fucking have electric vehicles because they believe in that stupid shit, and their vehicles were gonna die on the road in the fucking desert. Like they were literally.
What's funny?
On the way to Burning Man, what was great too is on the way to Burning Man, it's going through tribal land.
Yeah, but those
tribal law enforcement didn't care.
Yep, because that was the thing. They thought they were on federal land, but they weren't. They were on tribal land. And when those tribal rangers showed up and just plowed into them with their trucks, and they're screaming, "We're gun violence!"
They were plowing into them, and you had some of these guys.
This is tribal land, and those are tribal rangers. They can do anything they fucking want except kill or rape you.
Dude, they were like yanking these dudes off the road by their shirts like they were pieces of trash. They did not.
Well, I like there was a woman in France who literally started dragging any females that were gluing themselves to the road. She was dragging them off the road by their hair.
Why would you glue yourself to the road?
So you could be removed.
Some of these
you can mess up people's lives, like the baby that didn't get to the hospital on time, or the guy who was on parole and was actually doing really good but didn't make it to his job on time because of those idiots and ended up back in prison.
Or the woman that was trying to like get to the hospital because of her baby and shit.
That's what she said.
Oh, sorry.
I said, yeah, the baby the baby, I think, did survive, but the doctors were like, "This is too close. We don't think she'll live."
Oh gosh, all lives splatter. Nobody cares about your protest. Keep your ass out of the road.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Oh my god, I love it. Oh my god, I love it.
Oh shit. All lives splatter.
That's what you hear when you start hitting them.
Screenshot that and send it to me, please.
Sounds like mac and cheese.
That's what-
getting hit
that's
by
what-
a
that's what-
baseball bat.
That's what Strahd said right before he commanded Alara to just nuke the town below the castle.
And then you see the people that don't get hit or whatever, and they gotta get their freaking hand is glued to the asphalt. They gotta get it. They literally have like the chunk of asphalt sawn away from the road. So that's more of your tax dollars getting pulled from your pocket, so that one guy can get his hand removed from the road because he was a dumbass.
And
glued it
some
there.
some of these places, they don't care. Like they will rip your hand away from the road and
Yeah.
not care about how many fingers you lose or how much skin is gone. Some
Yeah.
places don't give a damn. So when I hear stories of these people gluing themselves to the road, I'm like, you stupid fuck.
Well,
It's
what
gonna
irrita-
backfire so hard.
Well, what irritates me on this, what's a peaceful protest? It's like, yes, except for, yes, you have the right to protest in America. It's right there. It's enshrined in the Constitution, in the Bill of Rights. However, your constitutional rights end when you impede another person's constitutional rights.
Yep.
And that's freedom of movement. The moment you impede someone's freedom of movement, you're now now you are breaking the Constitution, because now you're violating someone else's constitutional rights.
At that point, it's move, bitch. Get out the way. Get out the way, bitch. Get out the way.
I mean, I want to say it's not, it's not that much different than if you were to take somebody's car keys and like trap them in the car or something like that.
No, you're
Yeah.
right.
Unlawful imprisonment.
They've played around with charging those people with kidnapping, wrongful imprisonment.
Yeah. It sort of depends on the state what's considered kidnapping, because
Well, the thing is, they need to just sign an order saying that blocking traffic for any non-emergency reason is a felony, and you will automatically get a maximum sentence. Do it just like the old Biden crime bill. Where no matter what, if you had X amount of cocaine, you're automatically doing 5 years no matter what. They need to do the same thing with blocking traffic. Protesting's whatever, but there's other ways to do it. Blocking traffic is this. You're not convincing anyone,
right? If you're in the if you're in the town square or a park and you're protesting, that's fine. Go ahead and do that. But no, it's the blocking people's movements to do those things, to check in, to go to the hospital, to get to work.
Yeah.
I mean, that is where it's like that draws the line. That's where it just cannot go any further.
They don't really give a fuck or shit about any of these causes. It's about creating chaos and getting attention. They're narcissistic little fucking chaos trolls.
Yeah, but they cry and bitch and moan when they get the attention that they didn't want.
They're used to getting their own way. Yep. All of them.
Well, I believe every single one of them. If you're wearing a Stop Oil shirt and you're doing a protest, especially if you're doing a protest that interferes with other people, you should be publicly stripped of every piece of clothing and other things you're wearing that were made from oil.
What?
It's like some Game of Thrones type shit.
All your plastics,
I agree.
all your plastics, all your rayon, all your nice, soft, lovely, fluffy things. Those all came from
your hard hat,
your smartphone.
Tiny's like, we need to march them through the streets and go.
Shame.
Yeah, I heard Tiny start to say we should strip them, and I was like, whoa, what?
Well, I'm sorry. I believe in bringing back public humiliation.
No, I mean, no, you're good. I mean, and I want to say I've heard that before, and that's that's a decent idea. I was just like, whoa. No need to bring nudity into it.
No. Yes, there's always a good time to bring nudity into it.
Tiny's like, stone them.
Well, I mean, don't tempt me. Well, and that's the problem is the whole combining the thought that shaming is bullying. It is not the same thing.
No.
Naming a person is not bullying them.
Well, I mean, I guess it could sort of depend on how you do it, but generally speaking, no, I would agree with you.
Right. If
Yeah.
it's outside the norm, and I hate going, yeah, you want to know what that's already a touchy subject to say normal, what is normal, but
Is
but
anything
overall,
normal
if
in
it's
this day and
against,
age?
I mean, if your stance is completely against the what everyone in society is going for, then yeah, there should be some shame involved in it. I mean, to a point, keep it in your own home. I mean, if you want to protest, go protest in your own home.
These people don't think at all about what it would mean if we actually just, okay, you guys want it? You got it. As of tomorrow, every piece of oil refinery is shut down. All the drilling is shut down. No oil at all.
Well,
Let's see how you live.
I've always said, I think, and this kind of goes back to what Iron was talking about earlier, most of these organizations are run by a bunch of people who don't care about the message. Now, is it possible at some point that when these organizations were formed, they were formed by a bunch of people who were fighting for a cause? Yeah, I believe that. But I also think at some point, a bunch of people came in and started to take over these organizations, and they transformed it into something it wasn't supposed to be.
Well, I mean,
Look
the
at
guy
Greenpeace.
Yeah.
Greenpeace is the example.
Yeah.
The founder of Greenpeace is against current Greenpeace.
Yeah, he said I have seen the statistics, I've seen the evidence, I've seen everything that we were told about, and it was not accurate. And when I look at the accurate stuff, we were wrong.
Yeah.
And I have so much respect for him, because because he really, really believed it when he started Greenpeace. He really thought he was going to help save the world. And it was just like, dude, I mean, one of the reasons I know about it is because one of my cousins, my mom's first cousins, he spent 15 years. His job was to go over the data sets for all the environmental shit. And he was like, none of what I have been working on for 15 years makes any sense for what they're saying is happening. That is not that's not what their own fucking evidence shows.
Yeah. What are you trying to say?
That's exactly what he's trying to say.
Yeah, I think that was pretty clear.
You trying to say I'm not knowledgeable, son? What? Oh, shit. Yeah, all these major organizations now, in my opinion, they're just run by a bunch of grifters, like Iron was saying. And, it's ran by a bunch of people that, want a bunch of change and think that they can't be touched. And, then they want to cry and bitch when people who aren't buying into their shit just run them over with their fucking, Ford truck. And then all of a sudden they go from being peaceful to being violent. It's just stupid, man.
Well, and I mean, you got a lot of people. You got a lot of people that get upset. Okay, so this is the reason why the impeding of traffic has to stop, because you sit there, a car is coming through an intersection or going through a street. Then all of a sudden, a mob comes and surrounds that vehicle. In my opinion, that honestly, the driver has every right to gun it at that point, because now it is a threat. If they're banging on the car,
Absolutely.
if they're doing that, I think you can't go after them for saying vehicular assault or reckless endangerment. No, a mob surrounded the vehicle and was pounding on it. At that point, the driver is reasonably in fear of their life.
I point to the ancient graph of the more you fuck around, the more you find out. For every effect, there's an equal and opposite effect. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Universal law.
No.
Just don't be a dumbass and you will be fine.
The mob stuff, mobbing the cars is unbelievably dangerous on multiple levels.
Yep.
And I think that the drivers should be allowed to, I guess, get away
especially if they're not the one. Well, it's bad enough they're alone, because we've seen in protests that have occurred where like a truck driver is being ripped out of the vehicle.
Yeah.
We've seen plenty of time. And then on top of that, the mob surrounding the vehicle, there could be a parent with children in the vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is,
but as of now, everyone who has, I guess they considered it a panic, but everyone who's panicked and hit the gas and tried to get out of a mob like that actually did try to get out and hit people, they've all been charged.
Yep.
And they shouldn't be. I don't think they should be.
No.
I mean, if you plow your car into a mob of people, that's not the same
Fuck
thing
it.
as a mob of people.
Yeah, no,
robbing your car.
If you just take if you're not surrounded and you go driving into what happened during that holiday, the Christmas parade there in Wisconsin. No. That's not. You went out and actually did that. That's not the same. You just driving down the road, minding your own business, and suddenly swarmed by a mob, and they start banging on your vehicle and hitting it. It's a completely different thing.
I would be wearing those charges like badges of honor, and if they took my mug shot, I'd be doing this.
The banging on the the vehicle is just that boggles my mind, because I've grown up in a couple different kinds of towns, and in every single one of them, you never put your hands on somebody else's vehicle ever, because that's how you wind up dead, because you don't know what somebody has in their center console.
Oh yeah.
So if you start and I tell this to I tell this to my friends whenever I see the videos of the road ragers come up. I bring this up whenever I see the cyclists like slapping the cars and stuff. Do not ever put your hands on somebody's vehicle ever.
It's a quick way to meet God.
Even in the states where it's illegal, usually those states are so fucking ghetto that you're gonna wind up getting aired out regardless. Yeah. And they'll just leave you bleeding out in the street anyway, even though it is illegal.
I can't watch.
Internationally, do not touch America's boats. Nationally, do not touch our cars.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Well, it goes down to personal property. You don't touch other people's property.
Mm-hmm.
It's that simple.
Do you guys watch? Any of you guys watch Habitual Line Crosser?
No.
Okay. No. He's unbelievably hilarious. You guys are missing huge amounts of videos that are just the funniest fucking thing on the planet, especially if you have any experience with the military, even if you're not an actual vet. But he's got this thing that comes up over and over again. He does voices for the different countries, and every time something happens with boats, you hear Japan going, "Don't touch the boats."
Well, share a video. Maybe we could pull it up.
Sure, hold on. Let me pull it up. Let me see if I can get it.
And while she's doing that,
don't touch the boat.
It's
so while she is looking for that, we're gonna look at a little pop culture real quick, because most of us have seen or watched this show. X-Men 97 has won the best animated series at the Critics' Choice Award.
Deserves it.
Cool.
Deserves every bit of it.
Deserved.
Here's the question I want to know the answer to. Was Bo DeMeo allowed to be there to accept that award?
Good
was
question.
a representative of Disney there instead?
That's a good question.
That's a good question. I don't watch award shows because I think they're all full of themselves, and this is just a pat on the back. But it's good to see something that I actually watched and enjoyed actually get some kind of recognition.
I still think they made a colossal mistake getting rid of him. They got rid of him just because he wouldn't fall in line with the fucking crazy agenda that they wanted, and he gave them the middle finger and created something that fans were actually going to absorb and enjoy watching.
I thought they let him go because he had like
they said
pictures of him on his OnlyFans.
They said they let him go because he had OnlyFans and shit, but that's bullshit. You think about all the crazy fucked up people they got working at Disney, but they let this black gay man go because of some pictures on OnlyFans. Get the fuck out of here. You serious?
Yeah. Meanwhile, Rachel Zegler is sabotaging every movie season before it can come out.
Yeah, I call bullshit on the whole thing. They fired him just because he was making a show that people wanted to watch and that wasn't just going to pander and beat you over the head with all this nonsense. And when they tried to get him to stop, he didn't, and they let him go. They just used the whole OnlyFans thing as a scapegoat, which I don't think anybody bought, by the way.
No.
Can't wait for
then they'll turn around and somebody, if they have another person that's politically aligned with them, they'll celebrate it.
Right. Oh yeah. It is totally one-sided. There are only one opinions allowed, and if you're not on their side of that opinion, then you've got to go. We saw that with we saw that with Gina.
Yep.
So I mean that's exactly. So we were talking earlier just briefly about the USAID and the fact that we are seeing that there seems to be a lot of money our taxpayer money going to mainstream media.
Yeah.
Now, that's I would say that's bought and paid for state media at this point. Not to mention now you have PBS and NPR that are under attack because that's public broadcasting. They're not supposed to be doing ads.
Nope.
And they've been doing ads.
Right. We just need to get rid of the
Also,
view.
someone explain to me why you need to spend $26 billion on making new Sesame Street for some of these places when you couldn't just dub the old Sesame Street for their language.
Well, that's not culturally appropriate, though. But I mean, come on, it's got to be fitting of that nation. And on top of that, the propaganda needs to be designed and tailored for that country.
Yeah, Tiny. What are you, a racist? What's wrong with you? Think about the Afghani children.
They're not going to get a color revolution done right without a Iraq Sesame Street. That's how they're going to get the colored revolution. You're going to get the 5-year-old, 6-year-old, and 7-year-olds out there protesting about their government. They need a proper Sesame Street in Iraq.
The what revolution?
Color revolution.
Oh shit! Oh,
of course, it's up if they're not eating the crayons.
Yeah.
All right, let's see if I can make this work.
Oh, I've seen this guy.
I think I have seen this.
How's it going? You over there, America. What have you done? Oh, that's just Rich. He thinks it was only you. See, you remember a few weeks ago when you were shooting at shipping and my boats, and I told you stop touching the boats. And I asked you very nicely. And then I got assertive and I said, you need to stop touching the boats. And then yesterday, you guys fired like 24 things, missiles, drones, all sorts of stuff at my boats. Well, me and like 5 other nations, United Kingdom, Canada, Australia, we all came together, Bahrain as well, and we decided to fuck your shit up. You have problems with the rebels, so you start bombing indiscriminately? That's a wonderful try. But you realize for the past couple of weeks, we've been paying intimate attention to where everything is moving around in Yemen. All the targets that were hit were verified targets. Ballistic missile storage facilities, cruise missile storage facilities. We also happen to hit where you're building your drones. Oh, it's quite a good show over there. You forget, man, I know everything about everyone. I can tell you where every dictator in this world is at right now. Huh, you do not know where the great Vlad... Tell him there's a crack in the 3rd step he's about to walk up and the door sticks. He has to pull on it real hard. Anyways, I'll be honest, 4th wall break. Quite frankly, as a creator, I am so fucking glad DC finally did something. I can only make so many jokes about posturing. It appears that the younger generation in this world has forgotten what it feels like to find out. So we have to remind them. I'm going to quote a great British Prime Minister when I say this. When the eagles are silent, the parrots start jabbering. Oh, shit. Get in your bomb shelter and buy war bonds, everybody. He's quoting Churchill.
Go away.
Hey, that's a pretty good saying.
Well, he's got a whole bunch of those videos, and they're just hilarious.
Yeah, I've seen them.
I was trying to find the one with Japan, but I couldn't find the one that actually had Japan.
Please tell me he's got like squinted eyes when he does the Japan one. I'm sorry.
Don't turn into MSK.
I'm not. Could any of us actually turn into MSK like fully? I don't think so. That's unachievable, my friend.
Well, you want to know what, Nate? That'll be your goal. Go ahead and you can go ahead and try that. Anyway.
No.
So now you need to.
If I start morphing into MSK, just take a silver bullet and shoot me and get it over with.
Well, I'll be concerned the moment you start calling D&D just for nerds. That's when we.
I'll be worried when you start asking us what our favorite or what our top 3 sex positions are.
If I start asking you if you're a top G, then yeah, that's the warning sign.
No, the Darnell, that's the question.
That's
the question. Every time I'm on the MSK show, BS Warren, what are your top 3 sex positions?
Yeah, every time.
So it's Master Nate King.
MNK.
I'm pretty sure there's a blackface joke in here, but I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna bite into that.
That's where I
apple.
was originally going, but I decided to stop myself.
Yeah, that's for the Rumble exclusive. All the good show titles are already taken. That can be over on that stream. Here on YouTube, nah, we got to watch on that on YouTube side of things just a little bit. I think.
Hey guys, look at me. I'm in this game. No, it's sorry.
We're looking. What
I'm
are you gonna
ashamed. I'm ashamed.
do? Shame.
Now take off all your oil-based clothes.
Right now. Do it.
Like and
bring
subscribe.
him back,
Like
bring
and
him back.
subscribe to the stream.
No,
Yeah, like and subscribe if you want to see Nate naked.
dude, I actually really like the Star Wars shirt. It's Darth Vader, but like in Scarface. Like,
Do a super chat. $50 super chat. Nate takes his shirt off.
nobody wants to see my fucking man titties. Like, what the
I'm
hell are you
looking
talking
I'm looking how to do a super chat right now, man. Come on.
If somebody actually tips him, you know what? If someone actually does it, I will fucking do it. Actually,
Yeah,
no
I
way.
will
I
do
take
super
that back.
chat.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
I will
Don't
do a super
send-
chat.
Don't send him $50. Send $100 and Darnell can take his shirt off.
$5, I'll take it off.
You just singled yourself
He'll
out.
do it. Hey,
Ask
you
me
want
to
to
take it
know?
off. I'll take it off.
He'll do it for a
You're a
quarter. I mean,
cheapskate.
come on. Oh, jeez.
No.
You can wear a bathing suit. Oh, like the ones in the 20s where it was like the big singlet with the shorts on
Jesus Christ.
and the hat that you have to wear in the water. The knee-high socks for some reason.
I know we're all talking about wearing Hawaiian themed clothing for for Strider's birthday. Next episode of Strahd. Next episode of Strahd is going to be from the shower.
Oh, do not fucking
Clip
tempt me.
that. Clip
I'm
that.
kidding. I'm kidding.
Full Metal hot tub.
Yo, FMHT.
My dice just fell into the bottom of the hot tub. I got to dive in.
That
Oh,
wasn't
no.
dice. Ooh, don't you play with my emotions like that, Nate.
Apparently, Kit's going to wear a coconut bra. Is what she said. I don't know.
That
That's what she said. when she
No,
was in.
I think Kit said she was going to wear the whole coconut bra, but I suggested just sarongs.
It was
Those
so
wrap
good.
things that you wear in the Caribbean
It
or
was so
Hawaii.
good. It was so good to see her for 2 days. She is literally just like how she is on the Strahd streams.
Was she rolling for sex?
She tried to with Keon a couple times.
uh,
The whole time I'm sitting there at Starbucks, my ass was at Starbucks. I am no longer a man. I'm sitting there just drinking this fucking mocha, listening to her talk to Keon, and I'm like, in my mind, I'm just like, oh my god, it should have been me. Why wasn't it
Aw.
me? No, it's kidding. No, in all seriousness, she's really sweet. Kid, if you're watching this, can't wait to see you next episode. It's gonna be fun. Where did everybody go?
Here,
I'm
here.
here. Yeah.
We were waiting for you to make your expression of devotion.
Yeah.
I was waiting for that story to get less sad.
Well, the story's over now. We can move on.
But no, that was really cool that you guys got to hang out for a while. That's really great.
Well, I didn't even know she was here. Like Keon just messaged me and was like, "Hey, you want to go to lunch?" I was like, "Okay, sure. What's the occasion?" No, met him at there's a burger place down here called Buffalo Brothers. I met him up there, and she came out of the bathroom, and she was like, "Oh my god, Nate!" I was like, "Oh my god, Kit!"
Oh my God, why are you hanging around the bathroom?
She was hiding.
Everything tonight goes back to bathrooms.
She just wanted to.
It's the
surprise
hidden.
me.
It's the hidden theme of the evening. I just kind of tried to see where the theme would go, and it seems to be bathrooms. So, what is your favorite outhouse type?
She got me this dice
Mm.
tower. This thing's cool.
They're
The one in the house.
What?
No, man,
I
you
li-
got to go rustic. You got to go rustic. You want to know
My
what?
favorite.
All these modern conveniences have dulled humanity. We need to get back to having to go out, especially up in the north, in the middle of the freezing winter, actually have to go outside. I mean, that made people stronger. I think everyone's too weak nowadays because of indoor plumbing.
Didn't people also like die from diarrhea back
At
then?
12?
Yes.
12 years old?
Well,
Yeah, die at 12
sure,
from diarrhea.
but
I think my favorite house is the porta potty has been sitting for a week at a fairground after a food themed fair
Yeah.
Oh God.
in the summer.
Also, wasn't there like a cholera outbreak in
Yep.
like a major city back then? And
Yep.
like,
I believe it was Portland. It might
oh,
have been Seattle.
I was thinking of Cincinnati from the one that this is the I don't know if I should say
Iron,
this,
do you
'cause
got any?
this
Iron,
is
do you
actually
got anything-
related to the trivia, but yeah. Sorry, yeah, no.
Oh,
We
say
can.
Well, no,
No,
like,
I was gonna say because there was a cholera outbreak in Cincinnati that and this is kind of a giveaway for a trivia question.
Okay.
But it's the Harriet Beecher Stowe's infant son he was like 18 months at the time. He actually died because of that outbreak, and because of his death, his death in part drove her to write Uncle Tom's Cabin.
mm-hmm. But no, cholera and typhus show up a lot when you're not using indoor plumbing correctly. But and there was a small cholera epidemic in either Portland or Seattle just in the last year or two because of their dirty, nasty, no cop ghost center areas where they supposedly live happily and free.
And poop on the ground.
And poop on the ground and get infected.
But at least, I mean, like San Francisco was nice enough to actually make an app that you could download so you know where the crap is. I mean, that's forward thinking. Of course, you would expect that for being close to Silicon Valley. So I'm just saying, I mean, maybe there's some connection there just a little bit.
I wonder how much cholera they have in Haiti.
Fucking
The
random.
answer is all of it.
Yeah, no, because I mean, you've seen like, look, I ain't gonna shit on Haitians too much, but you guys have seen pictures of Haiti, right?
Well,
Yeah.
Miss
It's a shell.
Clinton, the daughter, Chelsea, got $84 million from USAID for her charity to help with Haitians. And while they were starving and becoming cannibals and living in filth because they didn't have enough money to run the water filtration systems and the sewers and such, she was having $100 million wedding and getting a $10 million condo, and yet somehow none of the $84 million that was supposed to go to Haiti ended up in Haiti.
Yeah.
Just so everyone knows, Tiny is not suicidal.
Yeah.
I am not suicidal. I will never be suicidal until possibly after One Piece ends. But I will be on this planet till that
God.
thing ends.
But again, the
New
Clintons.
season's coming to Netflix, the cartoon.
So wait, when they finally find the One Piece, you're gonna go, yes, I can rest.
No, but I've made myself a promise that no matter how bad the pain gets, no matter how bad my illness gets, I will stay till I see that fucking ending.
Tiny, I wish you had never. Tiny, I wish you had never told me to continue watching 100 Years Quest, because now I can't after seeing my boy Jalal like that. I can't. Fucking
Important
do
question.
What about the homicidal?
Jesus.
I do sometimes feel that way, but I don't think I have the strength or energy to do much about it.
Hey, the evil masterminds, some of the most evil masterminds were the ones that had other people do their shit for them.
Yes, but if I admitted to that, then people would know I'm an evil mastermind.
No, that's the thing.
Now, why are you trying to get her
Wait.
incriminated?
Wait,
I'm not.
wait a minute. Wait, Tikva was Strahd the whole time?
No.
Oh no!
She goes to San Francisco, to a very populated area, to that wharf.
Nah, if it had happened, it would have been at the CDC. Or the
wheelchair
EA, one of them.
sprouts walking. He flies into the sun like Icarus. sorry.
I can't even hear you laughing so hard I can barely understand you.
I'm sorry. No, it's horrible.
See?
But he doesn't admit to being the villain in the beginning. Duh.
But I didn't say you have to admit to it. I said be it.
Shit.
You have to admit to shit. They can't prove it. You have to admit to it.
And we've already learned with modern Hollywood, and we've already learned with modern Hollywood, and the fact that villains are just misunderstood people.
Oh God, I hate that.
Always.
shit.
I hate that shit.
The best villains are the ones that believe they're the hero.
That can also kind of fall into the misunderstood category. It just depends on the villain.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on the writing. If you have a competent
Yes.
writer, you can
depends on the writing.
have a villain that is out there doing extremely evil things, completely
Well-
thinking that they are doing good and are actually helping, but everyone else is like, yeah, you're evil.
A good
They're
example of a
doing
good example of a really like just balls to the walls insane evil villain just for the sake of being evil. Darnell, do you remember we watched that CJ the Champ video all about the 2003
Yes.
Shredder?
Yes.
That is an evil motherfucker.
That is evil. That
God,
is fucking
That
evil.
man is diabolical. Oh shit. That man has got generational hatred in his
Well, I mean,
veins.
like Lex Luthor's attitude is he's the smartest human alive, so he should be running things because he'll make things better. And he doesn't trust the big blue Boy Scout because his attitude is he's just too powerful. You can't trust someone like that on Earth.
What's Tiny
and-
supervillain name? Tikva. We've
Well,
already talked about this.
That
She would
and
be
That would be wrong to have a
what?
name that means hope. Be my
I know,
supervillain
I
name.
know.
so there's
Wait.
actually a moment in Blackest Night where Lex Luthor gets an orange lantern ring and it drives him mad. And not only does it drive him mad, but at some point he tries to take the yellow ring from that Scarecrow gets. He tries
Mhm.
to take that, and Wonder Woman gets the lasso of truth around him, and Luthor says the truth is I want to be Superman. And I think
Yeah, I
Wonder
remember that.
Woman is like, oh, of course you do. Like she's just like, oh,
There's a bit
tired of him.
Yeah, it's all jealousy based.
I could knock
Yeah.
out a full-grown man with this omnibus.
I
This
think
thing is
her
heavy.
name would be Boa Constricta. Like Boa first name, Constricta last name. But like I Constricta, like ends with an A, not an R.
Okay.
I don't
Then
know.
you have the good. Then you have
Shut
the
the
good. Then you have good villains that, I mean, the Joker. If you're looking
Yeah.
at the Joker just as a character that is just chaos. He
Yep.
thrives in chaos, and that's all he does is just chaos.
Mhm.
That is, I mean, that's a good villain.
And also, depending on the writing, he can be kind of just chaos, but some writers make him truly chaotic evil, and some make him
What?
just really chaotic.
No.
Or Eclipso.
Yep.
The spirit within the Black Diamond. He's but his nature in general is just destructive.
He blocks off the sun. That's a great power.
Mhm.
He don't know what I'm talking about.
No,
No, so
I don't.
so
No,
it-
no, I actually do know what you're talking about.
no, Tiny I know gets it. Darnell has no idea what the hell I'm
No
talking
clue
about.
at all.
No, Eclipso, he's usually used as like a Justice Society villain.
Yeah, he's an older villain from back Justice Society days, back in the like 60s, 50s, 60s.
So
Yeah, he
Condiment
makes
King?
a fantastic antagonist for the Spectre.
Yep.
Yeah. Which, by the way, John Ostrander and Tom Mandrake's Spectre is absolutely phenomenal.
I would.
I
suck
didn't
at
actually
being-
watch season 2 of Stargirl, but I believe that he was actually the antagonist for the second season of Stargirl. They actually brought him back.
Yeah,
Looks like
I saw that they had the teaser for him, but who was it that acquired the show?
WB, I think.
Yeah, whoever acquired the show, as soon as I saw that they acquired it, I was like, I don't know. about
It
this."
became part of the Arrowverse. Very short lived.
Yeah.
And it was WB. It was towards the latter half of the Arrowverse. So you had a lot more of the identity politics that were starting to really come into it.
Yeah.
Writing just wasn't as great. What would be great is to get a really good adaptation of the actual Justice League of America.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, bring back the old classic superheroes. Now, granted, we see some of them
there's
kind
the
of
Legion of Doom.
right. Well, we're seeing already some of that already in the trailers for the new Superman. You already have some of that kind of
Well, but they got Mr. Terrific, and they got other characters that didn't show up till we had Justice League International
Yeah.
and Justice League Unlimited. The original Justice League was just Supes, Bats, Wonder Woman, Flash, and Aquaman. And then you had Savage Hawkman and blank.
Well, I would like to see an actual good like Hawk Girl type adaptation.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if they did follow Justice League Unlimited, the cartoon, which was so damn good, they could adapt the entire Thanagarian saga. It's like, I think it's only 2 episodes. It might be 3. It'd be perfect for a movie.
Absolutely, yeah.
But you have to actually follow it.
But unfortunately, modern WB Warner Brothers, it's never going to handle it correctly. And I'm still not 100% sure that this new Superman is going to be any good.
No, I'm not sure
no,
either.
this is gonna be a spectacular failure. It
drives me crazy that they can fuck up comic books this badly when a comic book is by definition a storyboard.
Yeah.
Love you.
You don't need to write anything. You don't need to do anything. It's right fucking there. Just follow the storyboard. Ugh, sorry.
Nah, I mean, you're right. Like James, I'll be honest. James Gunn really, in my personal assessment, he really only knows how to remake Guardians of the Galaxy. Like if you watch Guardians, the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie, and then you watch his Suicide Squad, you can literally match up the character archetypes, you can match up the humor, like everything. It is Guardians of the Galaxy in a different Fortnite skin. And
well, that's what we're already seeing with the trailer for the new Superman is the fact that he cannot do a solo movie.
Yeah,
he has to have other characters in there.
Yeah, he needs the ensemble, and
Yes.
not only that, he's got to make them, haphazard misfits.
Yeah, but also an ensemble that almost nobody knows. If you're not a big comic book geek and or a big DC geek, I mean, I tried to talk to someone about Mr. Terrific at a Comic-Con once, and they had no idea what I was talking about. Yeah, it was just like, which was really annoying because it started out. I was getting interviewed. I didn't get on, bastards, but I was interviewed by MTV at New York Comic-Con. They were asking everyone who walked through the door, "Can you name 5 colored superheroes?" And I imagined, I was like, are we talking black, white, and brown, or purple, green, and yellow? and then I was like, okay, so I named like 8 off the top of my head.
When was this Comic-Con? 1957? What the fuck?
No,
They said, tell us about the colored superheroes.
1990.
You let them drink out of the same water fountain as the regular superheroes.
But that's the problem. It was 2015, Iron. It should not be happening in 2015.
No, somebody at MTV lost their fucking job for that one.
Yeah. But I named like 8 black superheroes off the top of my head without even really thinking about it. And they just looked at me like, that wasn't the answer we were looking for.
Oh my goodness. She's not a racist. She actually knows there's black characters. Oh, we definitely can't have her aired.
Yeah,
it's going to destroy the narrative that comic book readers and people that go to Comic-Con are racist.
Exactly.
Yeah, they wanted you to look at the camera and go, yeah, I can't name a single one. Hi, you racist.
Yeah, but it's just like, there actually are lots of black superheroes and lots of good black superheroes. You don't need to take a character and change it into a black character when you have good black characters.
There's only one Blade.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's great that you bring that up.
There's only ever going to be one.
Clearly, your hatred towards Black Captain America is coming out right now.
Oh, you mean Captain Fried Chicken, Fentanyl, Kool-Aid, America?
What the fuck?
Birdman?
Damn.
Jeez.
I mean, that's just where
Falcon as a character in the comics. I liked Falcon as a character in the animation, and I liked Falcon as a character to some degree in the movie.
Are we gonna
But
look
he's
over the
Falcon.
fact that
He's not fucking Captain America, and it's just stupid to make him so.
Are we just gonna overlook the fact that Warren just embraced his inner Miguel O'Hara right there?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I've been reading all the latest Kanye tweets. Sorry, all the latest Ye tweets.
Wow, yeah.
So,
Talk about ingesting poison.
yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
So-
yeah, there is no way Captain America 4 is going to do
I
good
thought
at all.
No.
so. I've said this is the beginning, but something I read last week, maybe thinking maybe I could be wrong, that potentially he'll get the serum in the movie. Because like there was talk that like there's like 2 specific fights with the Hulk, one where he gets his ass handed to him, and the other one where he holds his own. So
Well, here's the question though.
so-
Do you fucking care though?
yes, because that would make a big difference.
Yeah, it would make a difference.
But Anthony Mackie said last week, after this thing I read came out, he said Sam will never take the serum because he's
So maybe they're
too
going to
good for
offer it to him in the movie.
he's too good. He's too good for the serum.
Which is just
When I
stupid.
saw that, I'm like, yep, done.
Yeah.
Also,
well,
I'm
that-
sorry. Falcon was supposed to be a genius. Falcon was really smart. Falcon had all these other abilities. He wasn't. I mean, I
Yeah,
don't want to say this because I have more respect for the military than most people, but he wasn't just a soldier. He was all of these other things, and they've
Yeah.
made him just a soldier and
they-
one who mostly follows orders, even when those orders are stupid half the
Who
time.
can't get alone?
Well, I
Right.
think the biggest problem is it's doing a complete disservice to the actual Black Falcon character.
Exactly, that's what I mean.
it's
The
almost
original Black
degrading.
Falcon character was a genius. He was like he was like a mini Stark to some degree.
I'm sorry.
And-
Like, look, you can say he's got a vibranium suit or an adamantium suit all you want. I don't give a fuck. If he gets punched by a Hulk and he's got no kind of enhancement at all, he should look like an extra out of one of the episodes of The Boys. Like, the Hulk should turn his ass into fucking mush and paste on the pavement.
I mean, actually, the armor would still probably stand up, but you would be turned to mush on the inside because that's the physics of it.
Yeah,
Real
it
quick,
just-
this is something I want. This is something I wanted to point out real quick. This is a clip. This is a 10-second clip. I don't know where this is from. It was posted by this Stan account ages and ages and ages ago. But yeah, I want you guys to pay close attention to this. Watch this. He jumps.
His
What do you
wings
notice?
cut it in half.
Yeah,
Yeah.
wait. What did you notice though? What did you notice?
his wings glow because
Nah.
of vibranium.
Where did these 2 cars go?
Oh.
Where the fuck did these 2 cars go? Additionally,
yeah,
you
that's a
can.
good
I mean,
catch.
yeah, and when you slow it down, you can see he like changes. He changes height. Like
Yeah.
his feet are higher in the air in this part.
Yeah,
than
like
they
his
are
wings
here.
would not
Yeah.
even touch the car the way he flipped.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
This-
the cars are completely gone.
Yeah,
Wow.
the cars are a side effect of what happens when you do 4 rounds of fucking reshoots.
yeah. No, it's just
Oh yeah, we're gonna be
it-
seeing a lot of that kind of
it
thing in
ge-
the movie.
yeah. It genuinely looks like a mess, and those fake cherry blossoms are freaking gross.
Yeah.
They look like
Continuity. What the fuck is
confetti.
that?
Huh?
Continuity. I mean, who cares about that?
Yeah.
I mean, they had nothing to draw off of. There was no comics, no source they could have gone to.
I mean,
But
there
that
were
kid
comics,
was
but
Star
they're
Wars.
fucking
There's
shit.
nothing they could have gone to.
Mm-hmm.
They
Yeah,
they decided to try and adapt a character from
No,
a
they're-
comic
they're-
and nobody fucking cares about.
Here's the thing. There were comics, but you know why they didn't sell? Because all of them were rehashes of previous
Yeah,
Captain America stories.
No,
Like
Yep.
Capwolf, like the Cap. I remember distinctly Capwolf was one of them. They made Sam Wilson a werewolf, just like Steve Rogers was back in the older iconic storyline.
Mhm.
It's just
No,
all of it was just poor, shallow copies of
Yeah,
previous
that-
Captain
that-
America
that-
stories.
they've already proved that all new, all Marvel shit didn't work when it was coming out. So why the fuck they thought they were going to make movies based off those comics that nobody bought is beyond me.
Well, obviously they thought the USAID checks were just going to keep clearing no
Yeah.
matter what,
Yep.
but not anymore.
Nope.
By the
Nope.
way, how many hundreds of thousands / millions of dollars went into transgender comics in
Oh my
what was it?
God.
Ecuador,
Panama.
Bol-
Yeah.
Panama. Yeah.
Dude, when
And
we
Peru.
got-
There was something else in Peru.
Gay
Drag
opera or
Queen
trans
story
Yeah.
opera.
No, trans operations. You're right. It was trans operations. Oh, and we
Opera.
spent
Opera, like
millions
singing.
of dollars.
No, it's
millions of
worse.
dollars
It's not
on
operations. It's not
changing mics.
operations. It wasn't operations. It was an opera.
Opera.
Okay.
dude, when Daniel
Somewhere there was
Kibble,
operations. Somewhere there was a bunch of millions for operations.
Yeah.
In some country where almost
Yeah,
no
they
one
threw
did
that
operations
around
like
all
that.
over the place.
Oh yeah.
dude, when Daniel Kibblesmith gave us Snowflake and Safe Space, that's when I knew Marvel had
Oh,
died.
Oh my
So
word.
awful.
No, you remember the kid that what is it? The screen time. The kid
Oh
that
my
got
God.
exposed to the internet gas.
Don't
I was
don't-
scrolling through the comment section of a YouTube video that was roasting it, and somebody in the comments said the internet gas was Belle Delphine's evaporated bathwater.
I'm sorry.
These fart in jars too.
She did, and she was selling them online.
Thank
I'm
you.
pretty sure MSK bought one. That fucking screen time looks like Ben 10.
He does.
It looks like Ben 10.
He does. He looks like Ben 10 if Ben 10 like
Dude,
Well,
made upgrade, give him an outfit themed after Hot Topic.
dude,
now overall, my question is with those comics and Safe Space and Snowflake and Internet Gas Boy.
what
Now,
were the other
did they
two?
just
Was it
did they actually print them? Did they pulp them, or did they go Atari route? And are they all buried in a?
No, from
No,
what I
apparently they
understand, they announced the book, and never printed it.
yeah,
Yes,
the
they did.
backlash.
They printed
was
it, and
canceled.
they printed it, and they distributed it in South Korea. I have a friend
Yeah.
who
Oh.
saw one of them.
Yeah, the backlash was so bad that they pretty much the backlash was so bad that they pretty much canceled the entire thing in America. It
Yes.
was so
They
bad.
I guess they had some that were pre-printed, or they had some that were just ready to go, and those ones ended up in Korea. But
I don't-
yeah, no, everyone
don't
was.
think-
There was nobody who wanted that thing. Even the freaking
No.
liberals didn't want that thing.
Well,
You
when
know,
you
it's
hire
not- anyway.
And then after
Yeah.
getting that comic book, then all of a sudden South Korea started a revolution, and now they hate Americans for some odd reason because they polluted their culture with Safe Space and Snowflake.
well, I mean,
Was
when you
that
hire
Checks out.
was that USA Color Revolution in South Korea by giving them
Oh,
that comic book?
Jesus. Well, I mean,
I like that USAID decided to put a bunch of money towards dealing with Armenia, except they didn't care about the 100,000 Armenian Christians that have been surrounded and cut off by Turkmenistan. They did stuff for Nigeria, but didn't care about the 200,000 Christians that have been slaughtered and the over 50,000 girls that have been kidnapped as child brides in Nigeria.
That don't happen.
All these
What are you
places they
talking
did
about?
this stupid DEI shit. There was plenty of decent shit they could have been actually trying to fix. Or there was one about like there's millions of dollars for people to understand something about Libya, not talking about the open air slave markets in Libya.
But-
I just
but Snowflake and Safe Space. Sorry.
we can send Snowflake and Safe Space to stop the Taliban.
So yeah, well, overall, yeah, we never got that comic here, but at least we got Santa Claus's husband. So I mean,
I was
missed
just
that,
gonna,
thank God.
I was just gonna get to that. I was like, you hired the guy who wrote a children's book about a gay Santa who has a black husband. Like, come
and
on.
he did a self-insert, and it was attending the wedding.
Yeah.
And if you really want to be nauseous for the rest of the night, you guys can check out I Am Not Starfire.
Oh,
That was horrible.
Oh,
That should have been
Oh,
put as a
no.
horror comic.
I
a
almost forgot about
horror
that.
comic. It's a Halloween special.
God, it was so bad.
That was terrible, dude. What's up,
I
Darnell?
mean, I've seen some good writers take really dumb ideas and actually make something fun or interesting or whatever, but these people have dumb ideas and they're bad writers on top of it.
Yeah, let's take one of the most beloved characters in DC and make a really bad spin-off comic about her obese fucking daughter that just hates everyone and just has a very big victim complex. Okay.
And that never existed before in continuity. whatsoever.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, this last segment was brought to you by Super Glue. When you just gotta put things back together heal a cut, or glue your kids' lips together because they just won't shut the fuck up. Remember, super glue.
Also, don't forget, you can glue those naughty protesters to the concrete and run their asses over later.
That segment is brought to you by Super Glue, ladies and gentlemen.
Did you do that because we were talking about protesters gluing themselves to the
No,
road
no,
earlier?
I do a segment sponsor and I just grab like I'll grab something random.
Next one.
He's been rummaging for an object for the past 30 minutes. He's like,
Now-
shit, what do I have that
I keep
that
checking my
doesn't have a
printer.
label I'll get sued for?
Oh, I
Now
covered the label.
this just shows you the efficiency of Doge already. The signs are being covered up and taken down in DC.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go see that. I'm literally, I don't want to dox myself, but I'm literally like right across the river. I need to go into the city and see that for myself because that's crazy.
Take pictures.
I should. Yeah.
Oh my god. Tank Ferret said, just proves Raven superiority. Hail Raven.
I mean, that the whole point, they're taking tape and the stuff that's on the windows and stuff. Yep, they were covering it up.
What,
So they wouldn't pull it down? That's why they were doing it?
No. It's on the glass. It's part of the glass.
Oh,
So to
okay.
get rid of it, they were taking black tape and covering up the words on the
Okay.
shield there.
Okay.
Now, the thing about going back to USAID briefly is that you had the Democrats out there protesting, saying that Doge can't do this, Donald Trump can't do this. But what they seem to forget is that USAID was created by John F. Kennedy by executive order, not by Congress, even though they were out there protesting, saying it was Congress that created USAID. Well, for one thing, Chucky, kind of got the history wrong. It was created by executive order. And guess what an executive order can be stopped by? Another executive order. So
Yep.
Trump is fully within his right to go, you want to know what? USAID, you're closed. You're done. It's over.
Yeah. Well, I mean, one of the things that we need to remember is all of the stuff that they scream about that they never took the time to put into law to protect. We need to not follow that example. We need to get these things done and get them then in law before he's out, if at all possible.
There are Republicans that are coming out and saying just that.
Yeah.
Look, this is great that he's doing all these things, but we need to get it codified in law. Otherwise, the next administration is going to come in and just a swipe of the pen undo everything that Trump has done.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Not to mention the federal judges that are trying to stop the things he's already done.
Well, one
A
judge
federal
did
judge
step
stopping
in.
the freaking keeping men out of women's sports thing is just pissing me off.
A judge did step in to stop shutting down all of USAID. The 2,200 jobs that he stopped from Trump from shutting down. I think
Temporarily.
Well, only temporarily.
Yeah.
A lot of this is going to have to go in front of the Supreme Court. I mean, a lot of this is, and that was the plan.
Mhm.
I mean, the whole point with like birthright citizenship, that everyone knew when he challenged the birthright citizenship, everyone knew that was going to go to the Supreme Court.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I don't think he's officially fired them. I think I think everybody at USAID is just all the direct hires at least are placed on administrative leave right now.
Yeah.
And then everybody that's currently overseas is the call to come back to America has been sent out. Like they've been like, hey, we're gonna pay for your trip back to America. Come back now. Pretty much.
By the way, if you want to share my screen, this is for Sci-Fax more than anything else. I don't know. Apparently their network is down. Something like that.
Wait, PlayStation?
That's what Sci-Fax was saying.
Yeah. The network is down.
We do have an image of one of the Doge workers.
Uh-oh.
Yep. One of the kids that's coming out and
Big balls?
cracking the case.
Oh, yeah, big
It's gonna
balls. I love that guy.
it's gonna be Randy Marsh jumping around on his
Yep, big balls.
Big balls
Close
was
enough.
here.
Is that the Demogorgon, guys? Shit.
That is the one thing that I do find amazement out of this, and I brought it up before the show started, is that if you've listened to this guy, you heard him talk about it this morning on his show, but it is really interesting because it's literally Scooby-Doo right now. You have the corrupt evildoers that are out there, and you have this band of kids. We would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for the meddling kids.
It's fucking
I am
amazing.
fully on board with everything, and I tweeted this out, X'd it out, whatever you want to call it. That I'm really getting sick of Democrats and their mouthpieces in mainstream media saying what Trump voters have regrets.
I've
Trump
never seen a
voters-
single one that does.
Trump vote and trying to say what Trump voters
Right,
are
I have a
feeling right
constant
now.
hard on.
Right.
Correct.
You need to see a
Constantly
doctor.
erect.
You need to see a doctor for that.
Because the whole point is that Trump
Iron, they make
voters,
pills for that.
Trump voters knew what we were voting for. The whole point, they're like, oh, now that Elon's taking over and doing all this stuff, I think Trump supporters are regretting their vote. No, because he was on the campaign trail saying exactly what Elon was going to be doing. We voted for this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And
mainstream
unlike-
media needs to shut their damn mouths of saying what Trump supporters now regret. No.
Unlike
In Iron's case, he's constantly hard now.
well, unlike the other side, we actually like getting what we voted for instead
Right.
of the opposite or nothing fucking at all. Like
Also-
that's what you guys are used to. That
Yeah, and- I'm tired of hearing. I don't want to hear a single other person who quite obviously got plenty of money from Soros talking about fucking Musk. Saying,
Yeah.
oh my God, we can't have these billionaires running things. You've been doing that with Soros and Schwab and half the other globalist assholes for decades.
And
now you're mad that one of
Bezos.
them's actually doing good? Go
And
fuck yourself.
Bezos. For those of you who don't know, Jeff Bezos owns the Washington Post, which is
Yep.
a
Yep.
blatant leftist propaganda rag at this point.
Yeah.
It was great there. That little bit. I mean, that made my nipples hard where Tiny was channeling her inner oh well, I just ruined that entire joke because I couldn't think of his name. Alex
No.
Jones.
No, wait, finish
Fuck.
it. He says your nipples were uncomfortably erect.
Yeah, because Tiny was channeling her inner Alex Jones. That was great.
Thank you.
Dude, I saw a video today of a reporter just losing her fucking mind. It was on one of these big talk shows like The View or something like that. But she was like, surely this isn't what Trump supporters were voting for. This is a
Yes,
blatant
it
violation. She's like, this is a blatant violation against human rights. I'm like, yeah, this is exactly what we voted for. Like, what are you talking?
Yeah, I mean, Trump on the campaign trail was not shy about what he was going to do.
Right.
He
Like Iron
told
said,
everyone exactly what he was going to do.
Like
I would have
Iron
been
said,
mad if he didn't do this.
right?
Oh yeah.
Did you guys hear the former president of Kenya's speech about it?
No.
Yep.
Why?
Yep.
Okay.
The former
Yep.
president of Kenya was like, he
Uh-huh.
stood, he had a press conference. He stood there going, why are you crying? It's not your money. You don't pay taxes. You're not Americans. Why are you crying? Get off your ass and do something with your life.
It's like Iron said, how dare us actually vote for the person that's actually going to do the things that the people want?
And also, I mean, the truth of the matter is, I don't believe for a minute that even if Trump destroyed USAID forever, that he wouldn't create something in its place that did at least some actual legitimate
better not.
international aid, like for people in Nigeria when they have floods or when they have earthquakes.
Hey, if the people in South Carolina have to just figure it out, then they can too. Until we
No,
are taking care of everything
All Americans should be
here
taken care of
first,
absolutely. But the idea
then
that the idea that
maybe, very slight maybe.
the U.S. has always done foreign aid, even like when we had the Monroe
Yeah, and
Doctrine.
that's stupid.
Well,
Sorry, it just is.
we're dealing with is still a post World War II mentality when it comes to the U.S.
Yes.
The whole point, like the trade imbalance that's going on with, let's say, just Europe. You have like Mercedes-Benz that has free open access to United States, but Ford can't get into that country because we have trade policies that are still set up that are reminiscent going all the way back to World War II. So Trump puts it right, is America's getting constantly ripped off. We are, because we're not post World War II anymore. We're not trying to build up Europe to recover from a world war anymore. So yes, things have to change. America can't be taken advantage of anymore. There needs to be equal trade. You, Mercedes-Benz, in that country, Germany, you want equal access to America, then you want to know what? We get equal access to your economy when it comes to our products.
Yeah.
And honestly, to not sound like a complete heartless bastard,
the end of it all.
Private entities that are not government funded, that are really strictly private, charities can do just as good of job, if not better, and then not get involved in all the politics and actually having an ulterior motive.
Well, private charities gave more than the government to charities last year. International charities.
Well, to charities.
It's just
they gave a lot more money than private charities did to
other organizations.
Let me check the list. Let me check the list and
there are a lot of charities across the country that are now able to go to college because of their generous giving.
Man, why didn't I know what this was going on? I could have gotten written up a nice freaking grant proposal for me.
I mean, we're supporting people to go to college. I mean, that's clearly what a lot of these senators were doing with their off time. They were out there supporting charity.
And they were supporting Cinnamon, and they were supporting Temptress. They were supporting
Karma.
Yeah.
And
I cannot wait to watch American universities get their funding just absolutely cut to ribbons.
And most of them don't need it.
Well, yeah, no, that's the thing. They don't need it. They're just, they know they can get the money from the federal government, from the state government, and from the people paying tuition. So they squeeze it from everybody.
Yep.
Too many times, though. I mean, there's
a $4 billion endowment.
Who got a $4 billion endowment?
Harvard. Harvard has had a $4 billion endowment for a long time.
Oh, endowment. Okay.
It's going to go down now because they're not allowed to just sit on it.
Yeah.
That's what they do. They sit on it and they use government taxpayer money. It's not right.
Aren't you supposed to sit on it? I mean, isn't that how babies are made?
By sitting on money?
No.
Well endowments.
Yeah. That's how babies are made. Well endowed.
I mean, Darnell's just really
by
going for
sitting on your endowments. But yeah, I bet Dartmouth and Yale have. Oh God, some of the foolishness I've seen from people that went to Dartmouth and Yale. There was a guy, and the reason I bring him up is because I'm sure that they have $1 million endowments that they get from the federal government as well.
Yep.
There was a guy from Dartmouth that was on social media the other day. He deleted the tweet because he caught so much hell for it, and he's a fucking coward. But he was like, oh yeah, no, he is. And this is a guy, right? Professor at Dartmouth, right? One of the most prestigious Ivy League schools in the country. He said we should update the language in classical literature so that it better connects to Gen Z readers.
Huh? So they want fucking emojis in modern literature. Got it.
Yeah, pretty much. Just stupid fucking language. And then he's sitting there, and then he goes on to shit on Dickens and stuff. Which, I mean, I'm not gonna fault people for liking what they like, but how dare you? How dare you have the audacity to sit there and think that you know better than the masters of American literature, paragons of literature.
Yeah.
You bring up a good point there, BS.
Yeah.
So you bring up a good point there. So let me toss this out to you guys. What was the first symbol in 2009? It was added in 2009. What was the first symbol added to Morse code?
I don't know.
Nate?
The poop emoji.
No. Tiny?
I feel like I really should know this, and I can't
Iron?
remember.
In 2009, the at symbol was added to Morse code.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So
I didn't
there's your
know
little
that.
Trivia.
I didn't know that, so I couldn't tell you.
Mm.
I was out of NAVSci by 2 years at that point.
I never learned Morse code, so I
Most
wouldn't
people
have
know
known that
SOS
at all.
because the only reason that most average Americans know SOS is because of the commercials for the
Yep.
soap.
Tap, 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 tap,
Or
tap, tap, tap.
or they watch Titanic.
My grandfather made me learn it when I was 7.
I remember I learned how to say my name, and I could say a couple other things, but that was about it.
I had a book on it, but I was too busy reading the chapter on how to skin a rabbit.
Well, my grandfather was in World War II, and he made me learn that, how to navigate on a boat and by the stars,
Mhm.
and a boat company, a shipping company. So I used to have to. He made me learn everything.
Did
In
he
which I-
did he teach you how to read signal flags?
Yes, I used to know that
So
too.
you're a flagger. Got it.
Mhm.
No, Morse code is just something that I've never really learned. I mean, my dad was on ham radio. He was also a radio man in Vietnam for the Marines. So
Nice.
when he got back, I mean, he got into ham radio. So, but I personally just never picked it up. So,
You heard of baloney radio? lunch
yes,
Roast
Oscar
beef
Mayer.
radio. Ah, good one.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So
Oh, I wish my dad would have taught me that. My dad, like Warren said, my dad taught me how to skin an animal.
Hmm.
I mean, I'm thankful for these skills that I may never use, but I wish my dad would have taught me poker.
well, you
My
want to know what
grandma
he didn't. I will say this: my dad never taught me how to poker, but was jealous when I was spending overnights with the girlfriend at the time. And this was kind of an unfortunate sign that I knew my parents' marriage was in danger. Is that I came home after spending the night with my girlfriend at her apartment, and my mom goes, "Oh, you over at your girlfriend having sex?" And I hear under my dad's breath, "Well, at least someone in this house is getting some."
Jesus.
Where?
No, my grandma wanted to work on her system. So when I was 7, she taught me how to play blackjack so I could be the house to her. And so she could work on her system that she used in Atlantic City.
I only learned how to play those games in Grand Theft Auto. I could never do it in real life.
It's fun, man.
Not if you don't have a good poker face, and I don't. I suck at lying. What?
What? No, that was
can work on you for that.
That was very believable. You have a good poker face.
You haven't watched when we play D&D. When we do something that is definitely off what Nate wanted us to do, you can tell.
Next time it happens, I'm just gonna have the Demogorgon show up and kill everybody, and the campaign will be done.
Yeah, that's true.
It probably is. It probably really is.
Oh, Jesus.
That stupid movie though, the Jolly Green Giant song from that they play like 6 times, like that's stuck in my head to this day.
What, from Demolition Man?
Yeah.
You'd wake up in the middle of the night from a living nightmare. That song playing in your head.
But
Seriously.
tell me how. But no, tell me how Demolition Man has not gotten some of those things wrong. The whole point.
Right.
Now, granted, entertainment is old commercials, but they're short jingles.
Yep.
What the fuck
They
is
don't have
TikTok
the- yeah, they
except
don't
for
have the patience.
short little videos?
Yup. Absolutely.
That's a fair point. Yeah.
Now, so far we have not had a civil war to the create San Angeles, and we also haven't had.
Wait, no, it was a civil war. No, it was an earthquake that caused it.
Yeah, it was a giant earthquake.
For some reason I thought it was something.
Yeah.
Okay, so a giant earthquake
Earthquake.
is going to create San Angeles. Whatever. That hasn't happened yet. We also have not had the restaurant wars. We have not gotten everything settled down to Taco Bell, but oh my God, it would not surprise me if it happened. All
Yeah.
restaurants are Taco Bell.
If they bring back the 89-cent tacos, I will fight for Taco Bell. They have my guns.
I mean, hey, you want to know what? They were definitely trying to win the franchise wars by bringing breakfast to Taco Bell.
Yep.
But yeah, they're still hurting a little bit, I think.
That's
What
why they
didn't help
tested the
was
old.
is
That's
that,
why they tested the decade menu a few weeks ago. You can get like stuff priced from the 70s, 80s, and 90s.
Yeah.
Well, McDonald's really was trying to get in there with all day breakfast, trying to take out Jack in the Box, and COVID got rid of that. So now you can't get all day breakfast at McDonald's anymore. You can at Jack in the Box. Jack in the Box, if you have it around you, you still can get breakfast all day long.
We
Texas is
also
nearest place
don't
to
have
have.
3 seashells. We don't have 3 seashells yet. I don't know anyone who's ever been able to figure out if there's any way that could actually work in any way that makes sense.
There was, I think, there was I can't remember the website. There was an article that explained it.
Really? Oh, I'd love to see that someday.
Yeah. Well, my question about the 3 seashells, just in general, is how are they even to be used for one thing and not get covered in crap?
I always wondered if maybe they were actually
My
buttons.
guess is they're
And he
just
never even
buttons.
touched them, so he didn't realize they were actual like buttons that if he pressed, they got like the bidet or the this or the that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's
like soap, water, and then like an air dryer
Yeah.
because there were 3 of them. I've thought
Yeah.
about this.
no. You want to know what? I had
That's
not
actually how it was
considered
explained.
that.
Yeah, no, I thought about it too, but like I couldn't figure it out until I was while Darnell was speaking. I was like, well, maybe if they aren't actually really shells, there's something else.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah.
If Pfizer's involved, I'm definitely not eating Taco Bell anymore
Yeah.
because the chalupa will have some kind of antidepressant in it.
What do you mean gonna have? Are you depressed after you eat one? Are you depressed?
No,
I'm
I
so
gotta take a
depressed I
shit.
want another.
Huh?
But now that kind of brings like a serious point. I've noticed like I'm just feeling better in general. I'm on about a weekend on keto. Finally got back on that.
Nice.
It's like, oh shit, I'm actually starting to feel a little better. I'm angry, but that has more to do with work.
Yeah,
Better and angry.
Well, also when you're eating highly processed carbs and stuff, you do get little dopamine hits. Like people don't realize there's actually a secondary brain in your stomach that can send the same signals that your brain can send to some degree. Yeah. And so if you
Your
have
brain.
to because you're male. But if you're really depressed or you're really tired or something and you eat some sugar, you get a little boost you get energy, but you also get happy chemicals in your brain. And that's your stomach rewarding you for giving it what it wants. So when you stop having those sugars and those complex carbs and those processed shit, you might be a little bit angrier because you're not getting this constant sugar dopamine hit thing.
So I should be a fat fuck and my problems will go away.
No, I did not say that in any way, shape, or form. I'm just saying that it might not all be work. That was all I was really trying to get to. But
thank you for the clarification, Tank.
Yeah.
A pizza a night keeps the depression away.
Yep.
not very good for your gut or your brain, but yes.
Or your liver.
Dude, like 10 years ago, I would have eaten nothing but pizza every fucking day, but now I eat steak every day.
You're
much
gonna
better.
want
It's so much healthier. So much healthier. And I'm sorry, 10 years ago, the pizza was not as bad as it is today. They put all sorts of extra shit in pizza now.
yeah.
Yeah.
You can
Extra
get
sugars,
garlic.
extra
You can get sausage. You can get banana peppers now. You can get pineapple. Yeah, all kinds of extra shit you can put in your pizza.
I was talking more about the crust or the sauce.
Yeah,
I know.
all the
I know.
preservatives that are in that.
You
I know,
had to
I know.
bring up pineapple, you bastard.
You fucking
Yep, that's what I did.
communist.
Pineapple's delicious on pizza.
Yeah,
Okay, you
pineapple's
both-
been a regular pizza topping for fucking 30 years. At
All
least.
three of you are
It's
communists.
Fucking delicious. If you put it on with pepperonis and
Or bacon.
jalapenos,
Or bacon.
yeah, that too. I mean, my
Or
God.
just eat it
Oh
as
my
a-
God. I'm sorry. I like actual flavor and things that taste good. Flavor contrast. Ooh, communist.
Triple meat. Triple
Not
Don't
meat.
actually
drink your
communist,
energy
but the
drink and
communists
have a
won't allow you to have
fucking, you know,
different
American
pockets.
cheese sandwich or whatever you have in your fridge.
Which is actually much more communist because the communists wouldn't want you to have multiple different types of flavors. Everyone would have to eat the exact same flavorless shit.
I'm sorry.
I swear, one of these days-
I've never found pineapple on pizza appealing. I tried it one time when I was a kid. That one time was enough.
You're going
and I
off one
spit
time
it
when you were a
out.
One
kid
time when you
before
were a
your taste
kid,
buds
your
have
taste buds
actually
changed,
matured.
dude.
It's the same reason I can't eat raw fucking tomatoes. I don't eat raw tomatoes either. But I'll eat the fuck out of like some ketchup and pizza sauce.
So
Well,
processed.
coming in
That's
for the last
disgusting.
little bit of the show is
What's up,
Theo
everybody?
Snodgrass.
Hey,
Timu
Look at
Jesus.
this motherfucker.
How you guys
High-class
doing?
Hotel room. Look at this bitch.
How you guys doing? Yes, welcome to my humble abode.
hello.
So when's the paid guest arrive?
That's not-
Wink at the camera if you're not being held against your will.
I may or
Dude.
may not already have that guest in the bathroom
has it.
wrapped in duct tape.
Bro,
She
dude.
will be the special guest at the end of the show.
That one's tied up. I have another one on the way up right now.
Dude, yeah, I had to dude, it was getting awkward. I was worried I was gonna have to fight this guy. So this couple was sitting in the front row, and I made a bunch of jokes about how his girlfriend could do better. And I was like asking her, do you like funny guys? I have a hotel room upstairs. Like I was really going in on it. And so then after the show, she's like 8 lemon drops deep and she's just like throwing pussy at me.
Oh,
And I'm like,
so
that
sweet.
was comedy, sweetheart. You that's a sign.
You ain't got
And
no
he's
chance
right
with
there.
this,
I don't want
woman.
to fight this guy. He's Mexican. I don't know where that's gonna go. And so I
Oh,
had to-
just call ICE, bro.
Yeah, you get stabbed.
Yeah, they're everywhere right now. Didn't you hear?
Easy. They'll pull up with the armored truck. He'll be gone in a minute.
No
They'll come out with the SWAT team. They'll
Yeah.
they'll take him into the truck and they'll peel away. He'll never know he was there.
Yeah.
Don't tempt me, man. You want to back off. I have ice on speed dial, man. You back off.
No, dude. It was tough.
Tom Holman es mi amigo.
Oh man.
By the way, Iron, I'm looking at a video of EVS without a hat. Why does he look like a human thumb?
Oh, because he is.
So, other than you getting pussy and fist thrown at you, how was the show?
It was a lot of fun. I kind of know the headliner. The headliner's also from Spokane, so I kind of know him a little bit, and I got to talk to him, and it was a lot of fun. It's obviously Medford's great. I have my picture on a sign, which I'm going to post that on. I took a picture of the sign, so that's going to be fun. And I like it. I like seeing my face like big and on a sign. That makes me feel, special. And there were, honestly, my complaint is there were too many hot people in the front row. I didn't like that. It was
You
too.
needed more chuds.
It was too good looking. Too many. Here's the thing: they were hot people, but they all were with hot men. Also, that's fine if there's hot people as long as they're women and they're single. And I didn't love that there were so many happy couples there. That upset me.
Well,
I didn't
how big were these posters? Because if they were big and your face is really big on it, I know for a fact that Darnell would like to get that so he can put it up the wall so it can stare at him. Yeah,
I'll
it's gonna be
replace
right
Vader in
next
the
to
toilet.
Vader.
I'll replace
Dude,
Vader in the
yeah.
toilet with your head.
Dude, yeah. It's gonna be great. Yeah, no, it was good. I'm having fun. It was a long ass drive. And the Booker's mad because I had to drive 10 hours to get here. And then
Jesus.
the Booker was like, Theo, the venue is worried. Where are you? And I'm like, I'm an hour and a half early. That's where the fuck I am. I'm an hour and a half early. And with inclement weather conditions, like I drove through fucking Oregon to get here. And Oregon right now this is true, covered in ice and snow. It looks like you saw all the scenes of Game of Thrones where it's like Jon Snow just like trudging around. That's what Oregon looks like right now. And I drove through that in a 2007 Honda Accord. And I've
seen that car. It made it.
Yeah. By the grace
Didn't
of
go off
God,
the
I was
road
saying
or
a rosary the
anything?
whole way.
Nice.
Yeah. And
you didn't run into a bunch of Just Stop Oil protesters out in the middle of nowhere.
Okay, here's the thing. I did get passed by a ton of Subarus on the way back. It's true. I did. They were
Hey,
just
you want to know what?
bombing
It
by
is
me.
Friday. It's lesbian date night. So there are.
That's the thing. This is Oregon. This is where they make lesbians. This is where they keep the factory.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Well, on that note,
Sure,
it is
Sappho was the
that
first lesbian,
that
but
time of the night. It's time for this evening's sponsor.
Hey, we have another
This evening's
sponsor.
sponsor is brought to you by the Humble Pencil. You want to know what, you young children? This is what we used to use in school. It writes. We could actually put the letters on paper. Okay. That's how we actually learned how to spell, not have autocorrect or sit there and speak the words into our phone and it translate onto text messages. If it weren't for the Humble Pencil, we wouldn't be able to do math. We would be looking at things going, I got a bunch. So thank you to the Humble Pencil for being this night's sponsor. And remember, the pencil you learned how to write with first before you went to pen. That's another writing apparatus that also does the same thing. But if it isn't a special erasable ink, you could actually erase what you write. You don't have to throw the paper away. And that is why it's also a green form of writing. So thank you to this evening's sponsor, the Humble Pencil.
Thank you, Pencil.
Thank you, Pencil. I love how he just had an entire segment dogging on a whole generation for not knowing how to use a pencil. That's
Appropriately so. So we will go around the horn and start off with outros. So let's go eeny, meeny, miny, Nate. What you got coming up?
At least do the whole thing first. No.
That's
Nah,
racist.
I don't got much going on. Just more Curse of Strahd prep, getting ready for episode 16. It's going to be a very laid back episode after the last episode, which was probably one of the better ones we've had for a while. I thought it was really good. I know originally I was planning to review movies again. I think I'm going to put that on the back burner just because I've been going to see a therapist, and well, they recommended that I just don't overwhelm myself all at once. So I think I'm gonna put that on the back burner, just kind of focus on that another time.
What? You're paying this therapist too much, bro.
I
Sleep
just
when you're
went today.
Yeah, paying him too much. Sleep when you're dead. No, you're young. You're 26. You're made out of piss and vinegar and testosterone and fucking rubber and magic. You can do anything.
Well, no, I was telling her.
Oh, that explains it. Fucking
Let me
woman
finish,
therapist. I'm
you
telling
Jesus.
you. Jesus Christ. Dude, no.
Jesus
Disagree.
Christ.
Disagree.
Nate,
Fire
look
that
down.
bitch.
Nate,
Tiny, I think you'll agree with me that if you don't need a woman therapist, you need a stripper to talk to, right, Tiny? Back me up.
No,
They listen.
I mean, and you want to know, Theo knows there's a thing about that because they're going to be knocking at his door very soon.
That's
Yeah.
right.
No.
They are actually able to get through that inclement weather there in Oregon. And well, granted, they probably are driving in a Subaru.
That's right. Nothing is stopping these hoes.
Anything else you got going on, Nate?
Yeah, I'm not doing movie reviews. There's the short one. So I'm going to be focusing mainly on D&D content, as well as just getting more and more back into streaming. Still working on my Beyond Two Souls Let's Play. I'm going to go live with episode 4 tomorrow. That's going to be a lot of fun. What? Why are you shaking your...
Why not tonight?
Because it's 2:30 a.m. over here. I want to go to bed.
Jeez.
Good God.
I bet your grandfather wanted to go to bed when he was dying on the beaches of Normandy. But he didn't
Rip.
get to.
Yeah, he took a
He had
bullet
to
in the ass for
die to
his
save us from the
country
Nazis.
and lived until 93. Anyway,
Same,
on to the
Tank.
next
Same.
person. I'm done.
On to Tiny. What do you got coming up, Tiny but Fierce?
Wow, I just blanked for a second. Tomorrow night at I believe it's 11 a.m. Pacific, 1 a.m. Eastern.
1 p.m.
I will be on Mr. Burger Show. And on Sunday at 4 p.m. Pacific, I have Pop Culture Patriots with Drew the Outstanding and Horny Alf. And I'm here every Friday at 9:30 Pacific. Think that's it for the moment. Oh, we're going to have Star Trek retrospective hopefully at the end of this month. And we may also be doing a table reading to make everybody happy because they love the table readings, like Darnell. They're a lot of fun.
Let's go!
And I'm enjoying them for a second reason is I have a couple things that have popped up randomly where I might get start to get to do voiceover work for like animation and stuff. So doing the table reads gives me like a little bit of practice.
Does that mean no more Sunday movie nights, Tiny?
Well, we don't stream those, so I didn't figure out how to say those.
Yeah, you're
But
right.
I'll still come. I am happy to come to Sunday night movie night. It's not live, so I figured the audience doesn't need to know.
No, it's okay.
The amount of disrespect for Nate is incredible. In this
I
chat.
know.
Iron, what do you got coming
My
up?
old friend.
Let's see. Rogues Gallery was a no gallery tonight. I had to cancel due to work. I do apologize. We'll be back next Friday at 5:35 p.m. PST for a special Valentine's Day episode with green-haired anti-liberals, a special guest. Going to be talking about. She put up a pretty spicy post that kind of got people riled up, and we're going to kind of deep dive into some of that and just talk about relationships and just kind of it's gonna be a different show. Talk about some
Nice.
interesting topics that'll probably upset some people, but that's funny. So let's see. Other than that, Curse of Strahd, whenever that is, I think it's a Saturday after this one or something. I come over here whenever I can, and you can find me wherever else I happen to turn up.
All right, Theo, what do you got coming up?
I'm doing good. Well, I'm in Medford, Oregon, so I'm gonna be performing at Chadwick's in Medford, Oregon again tomorrow night. But also tomorrow morning, I'm doing a very special episode of Touch Grass. Not only is it going to be from the road, but also I had a request from some of the young fellas that I teach them how to approach women. But instead of me doing it, I'm bringing them on a bunch of men that are married to women they actually like, and they're going to tell the panel how they did that. Right? Because that's actually better information than me, the notorious bachelor could give them. So I'm going to be kind of like facilitating that. And hopefully there'll be some good information that comes out doing that. Also coming up the week after is another very special episode of Touch Grass, but I'll announce that when it's time. And also I have another super awesome collaboration that I'm not ready to announce yet that I'm very excited about. Also, I have a bunch of fun clips that are going to be coming out. And if you want to keep track of all that stuff, what you should do is you should follow me on X and follow me on YouTube because that's where all the cool stuff is happening.
And I forgot to mention, I'm going to be on Theo's show tomorrow morning too.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that. Yeah.
Okay,
I might be there. I haven't decided yet.
Darnell, what do you got coming up?
Well, I'll be on Touch Grass tomorrow, as usual. Especially for this very special episode. I will not be doing trivia time this Tuesday as I will be having a back surgery that morning. So I will be out on Tuesday, but I will be back here Friday night for insert title here. And then Touch Grass and Curse of Strahd on Saturday after.
It's spinal.
And our special guest, BS Warren, thank you for joining us this evening. I got your campaign. Well, I got your card there in the chat for everyone to be able to click on and go to.
You beat
What do you got
appreciate it.
coming up?
Yeah, so that's that link in the chat's my landing page. Young Monarchs: Last War of the Eight Kingdoms is available now. I'm chilling a bit right now. I mean, I'm making my usual appearances on or well, not usual appearances. You'll see me pop up on shows here and there. Right now, I'm working on getting more paperbacks in inventory because I sold a bunch of them this past weekend at Big Lick
Nice.
Comic Con in Roanoke. You'll see me in person again. The earliest time. Let me actually look at it. Should be in Virginia Beach. For Virginia Beach Anime. Virginia Beach Anime Fest on April 5th. That's a ways out though. Master Hobo's referencing the Endless Night Challenge, or the Infinite what do I have it called? Damn it!
Infinite Night.
Infinite Night, the Infinite
Yeah.
Night Challenge. Yeah, that's still running. So if you want to win free books and free merch, all you gotta do is beat my standing record on the Endless Night map. My standing record is still 399 knockouts. So if you can get 400 or more, you win free books and merch for life. And I'm grinding out Fist of Terrorheim right now. You probably noticed I have this whole stream I've had the teaser art for Fist of Terrorheim behind me. That's because I'm working on book 1 right now. So that'll be coming out next year. I'm hoping I should probably ring up the teaser artist and see if they're down to do the cover of the book. That would probably be a good idea. But yeah, excuse me. And I'm still slowly but surely recovering from that nasty ass cough I had, last weekend and the weekend before. But yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us this evening and guesting and being a panelist and helping with the conversation this evening. I want to thank everyone and thank my panelists and thank the chat for tuning in and being on the show. Great little conversation. Had a little bit of fun for a free-for-all. I'm planning on doing a free-for-all once a month where we just kind of no real theme, no real topic, just kind of bring whatever's kind of on people's minds. Yes. The next episode of Insert Title Here will be back here next Friday at 9:30 p.m. PST on this channel. Additionally, the guest next week will be Third Ralify again. He will be back on, and then I will be on Touch Grass with Theo tomorrow night. Everyone's panel, all the panelists, all their information is in the channel's description. So make sure you go like and follow them. If you like this content and enjoy the conversation and like the content, please like and subscribe. We will be back here next Friday. Everyone, have a great evening, and we will see you next week.
Good night.
Laters.